Stop. Before you buy that chicken, read this first. You walk into a supermarket. The shelves are full. The prices look tempting. The packaging says, fresh, British, farm assured. But here's the uncomfortable truth, not all chicken is created equal. Some supermarkets cut corners. Some prioritize profit over quality. And some? They consistently deliver chicken that customers complain about, from strange smells to watery texture and disappointing taste. Today, we're breaking down the 8 worst UK supermarkets you should never buy chicken from, and 2 that are actually worth your hard-earned money. This isn't about drama. It's about quality, value, and what real customers experience every single week. So grab a cup of tea, and let's dive in. 8 worst UK supermarkets for chicken, ranked based on consistent customer complaints, value concerns, and quality issues. 8 Iceland. Let's start with a controversial one. Now, Iceland is famous for frozen foods. That's their brand. And to be fair, frozen chicken can be perfectly fine. But here's the issue. Many customers report excessive water leakage after defrosting, rubbery texture, very bland flavor, inconsistent sizing. When you defrost some Iceland chicken products, you may notice a surprising amount of liquid in the tray. That's often due to added water during processing. And here's the thing, when you're paying by weight, extra water means you're not getting full value. If you're buying frozen chicken in bulk and price matters more than texture, it might be okay. But if you care about flavor and quality, you may want to keep walking. 7 Asda. Asda is known for competitive pricing. And yes, their chicken is cheap. But cheap doesn't always mean good value. Common complaints include stringy texture, sometimes referred to as woody chicken, pale color shrinking dramatically during cooking, inconsistent freshness. Woody breast is a real issue in the poultry industry, where the meat becomes tough and fibrous due to fast growth farming practices. Some customers feel Asda's standard range chicken suffers from this more than others. Now, not every pack is bad. But the inconsistency makes it a gamble. 6 Morrisons. Morrisons markets itself as having in-store butchers and fresh counters. So expectations are high. But surprisingly, many shoppers report short shelf life, strong smell before expiry, texture changes quickly after purchase. While Morrisons does offer decent premium ranges, their standard chicken products don't always match the fresh butcher image people expect. If you're buying from their higher tier lines, results may vary, but standard trays. Mixed reviews. 5 Tesco. Tesco is the UK's biggest supermarket chain. So naturally, millions buy their chicken every week. But scale can create problems. Customer feedback often mentions excess moisture in packaging, variable texture, shrinkage during cooking. Tesco offers multiple tiers, from everyday value to finest. Here's the key, their cheapest options tend to attract the most criticism. If you go Tesco, avoid the very lowest tier. For Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's has a reputation for quality. But when it comes to chicken, not everyone agrees. Common concerns: higher prices without noticeable difference, occasional tough breast fillets, premium pricing that doesn't always match premium taste. It's not necessarily bad, but for the price, some customers expect more. And that gap between expectation and reality causes disappointment. 3 Lidl wins on price. No doubt. But with chicken, reviews are very mixed. Reported issues: small portion sizes, higher water content, texture inconsistencies. Now, Lidl does rotate suppliers frequently. That means quality can vary week to week. You might get a great pack today, and a disappointing one next week. 2 Aldi. Aldi fans, don't come for me just yet. Aldi is brilliant for value. But their lowest priced chicken lines sometimes receive complaints about toughness, unusual smell when opening, high liquid release when cooking. Again, it's not universal. But consistency is key when you're feeding a family. And for some shoppers, Aldi's chicken is hit or miss. 1 Co-op. This one surprises many people. Co-op is known for ethical sourcing and higher welfare messaging. But the issue here isn't safety. It's value for money. Customers often report smaller portions for higher prices, premium cost without dramatic quality improvement, limited selection. You may be paying more, without getting noticeably better taste. Now, two supermarkets that are actually worth your money. Finally, some good news. Runner-up, Marks Spencer MS isn't cheap. But their chicken often receives praise for better texture, more consistent sizing, richer flavor, higher welfare standards. You'll pay more, but you usually get noticeable quality. If you're cooking for guests or want reliable results, MS rarely disappoints. Best overall, Waitrose takes the top spot. Why? Because customers consistently mention firm but tender texture, minimal water loss, better flavor, higher farming standards. Yes, it's premium priced. But when it comes to chicken quality, consistency matters. And Waitrose tends to deliver it. Important: how to spot bad chicken anywhere regardless of where you shop. Here's what to watch for: too much liquid in the tray, pale or gray color, strong smell before expiry, meat that feels unusually tough or rubbery, extreme shrinkage after cooking, and always check use by date, packaging, damage, storage temperature. Final thoughts: here's the truth, no supermarket is perfect. Even the worst stores have good batches. And even the best can occasionally disappoint. But if you value consistency, texture, flavor, fair value, then where you buy your chicken matters more than you think. Cheap isn't always cheap, especially if half of it cooks away in water. The hidden truth about supermarket chicken: here's something most shoppers don't realize: chicken is one of the biggest profit drivers in UK supermarkets. It's cheap to produce. It sells fast. And it brings customers through the door. Chains like Tesco, Asda, and Sainsbury's rely heavily on chicken sales. But when competition is fierce and prices must stay low, something has to give. And often, that something is quality. Fast growth farming, WHY texture suffers. Modern chickens grow much faster than they did decades ago. Why? Because supermarkets demand larger breast fillets, faster turnaround, lower costs. Fast growth can lead to muscle abnormalities, like the infamous woody breast texture. You bite into it, and instead of tender meat, it feels slightly rubbery or fibrous. Budget lines at stores like Aldi and Lidl are more commonly criticized for this, simply because lower price targets push intensive farming methods. It doesn't mean every pack is bad. But the risk is higher. Why does so much water come out when you cook it? Ever put chicken in a pan and instead of sizzling, it starts swimming? That's trapped water. Some water retention happens naturally. But excessive liquid often means added water during processing lower-grade meat. High-speed chilling methods. Frozen specialists like Iceland receive frequent complaints about this after defrosting. And here's the problem: you pay for that weight. So if 15 cooks away as liquid, you're not getting full value. The price illusion. Let's talk about pricing psychology. At stores like Co-op and Marks Spencer, prices are higher. But here's the difference: less shrinkage during cooking, firmer texture, more consistent flavor. That means you sometimes need less meat per portion. So while it costs more upfront, the actual cost per edible portion can balance out. Meanwhile, ultra-budget packs from Asda may look like a bargain, but if they shrink significantly, are they really cheaper? That's the question. How to test chicken quality in store before you buy. Here's a simple 5-step supermarket test. 1. Check the liquid. Tilt the tray slightly. If liquid pools heavily on one side, that's a warning sign. 2. Look at color. Healthy fresh chicken should be light pink, gray or dull coloring. Walk away. 3. Examine texture through packaging. If it looks overly smooth and shiny, it may contain excess water. 4. Check the cut. Uneven thickness equals uneven cooking. 5. Compare tiers in stores like Waitrose or Morrison's. Try comparing standard versus premium side by side. The visual difference is often obvious. Does free range always mean better? Not necessarily. Free-range chickens have outdoor access, which can improve muscle tone and flavor. But it depends on farm size, feed quality, processing standards. Premium retailers like Waitrose tend to market higher welfare standards clearly. However, labels alone don't guarantee flavor. Always combine welfare claims with visual checks. Real customer patterns. Across online reviews and consumer discussions, patterns appear. Most complaints focus on texture, water loss, value mismatch, inconsistent quality. Rarely do complaints center around safety, which is important to note. The UK has strict food standards. But safe and good quality aren't the same thing. Waitrose and MS standout stores like Waitrose and Marks & Spencer consistently receive praise for firm texture, balanced moisture, reliable sizing, better flavor. They cost more, but for special meals, meal prep consistency, or if texture matters to you, they are safer bets. Who should buy what? Let's simplify it. Budget shoppers. If price is your top priority, stick to discount chains, but inspect carefully every time. #families cooking daily.